poppin', everybody? Welcome to your lunch hour break. This is your girl, that girl. Hang on. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to get my stuff in my bag. Oh. All right. So we are out here. We're going to catch the family coming outside, okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to catch them coming out for the lunch hour. And then I am going to give y'all all of the updates that happened today in the court, okay? Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. The bar is back open again. It's popping, everybody. Welcome back to the bar. Today has been a day in court. Let me tell you, people were struggling to stay awake. The defense was a snooze. You would think that after the day they had yesterday, they would have came back stronger. But today, everyone was really ready to pull their hair out because it did not make any sense as to what they were trying to prove. And we also had Cassie's friend Bana, the one who Diddy allegedly held over the balcony. She came in and she started testifying. But baby, the government, they doing meet and greets now? I know y'all are probably like, Henny, what the hell are you talking about? And Henny is going to get into all of that, and we'll get into all of that right after we capture the family coming out. I'm also going to see if I can get a couple of people that were inside of the courtroom to explain to us what they felt, how they viewed the testimony that we've gotten today. No idea what just happened. Y'all double tap the screen as y'all come on in. Do y'all hear that music in the background, or is it good? Because I really do not want the music in my background. Let me know if y'all hear me loud and clear, or if that music is playing in the background for y'all. Now, as we stand here, no, it's good. Okay, do I sound muffled or far away, or do I sound clear to you guys? I want to make sure that I'm giving y'all clear audio, because that is something that I did pay attention to. I happened to be on the TV last night. The only music you hear are the birds. Good. Let the birds tweedly lead away, all right? Now, today we are not going to go have pizza. We are going to be staying right here, and I'm going to find a spot for us, and we are going to chop it up about everything that has gone down today. I have all of my notes. I was in there taking my little notes and struggling to stay awake for y'all, because I knew that if I missed something, I was gonna regret it. Okay, it's clear. Hey, everybody that's coming in. Hey, Ruby Reds. Hey, Enigma. Hey, M2A. Journaling. What's up, Swagalo? What's up, Xavier? What's up, Lucky_Pay1? Uniquely is in the cipher. Black Babe Mimi. What's going on? Shay Dior. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, Angie G. Hey, Crash Out Report. Jackson J's mommy is up in here. Hey, girl. Zamona, I hope I said your name right. If I said it wrong, charge it to my head, not my heart, because I really didn't mean it. J-Dub, what's poppin'? Hey, Bree Bree. What's up, Talia? We are down here live, 500 Pearl Street, in front of the Federal Building, waiting for Janice Combs. I saw Justin today when we went on our mid-morning break. I did speak to Justin. I did speak to Janice. Charlucci is in the building, of course, as always. So we are waiting for the family. To my understanding, today is Quincy's birthday, so he may not have been here, but I did see after the break that there were some people that were sitting there with the family, because the family sits about two rows back from where Diddy is seated in the courtroom, and sometimes you can see them on the camera. And when they came back from break, the whole family was sitting, or at least Justin and Janice and Charlucci were sitting in the seats where you could see them very good on the camera. Let me tell you how much of a snooze the defense was today. Diddy was struggling to stay awake, and at one point in time, he began passing notes to Mark Agnifilo. okay? He was passing notes to Mark Agnifilo because I believe he was trying to understand, just like the rest of us, what the heck was going on. Oh, your birthday is tomorrow, Debbie. Well, happy pre-birthday. Oh, Lord, y'all hear the sirens. It never fails. Every time I'm outside of New York, you're guaranteed to hear some sirens going off in the background. As it gets closer, I will mute the mic. Y'all know that I will mute the mic for music and I will mute the mic for sirens. So as y'all can see, they are putting the barricades up right now outside, which means that pretty soon they will be coming outside of the door. Y'all know this is how we begin the lunch hour. Y'all know this is how we begin the lunch hour, you guys. Do me a favor. One of the Henny gang, one of the mods, somebody record this for me when the family comes out and inbox it to me so I can start getting this stuff up and out. There's a lot of content that I have been giving that I have not been chopping up and putting out. And y'all are missing out on things that I have already said and covered. Hold on, you guys. All right, y'all know that we do not do the sirens, okay? And I want to say this. People in New York know that this is the trial that is going on. You have people that do come down the street bumping Biggie. You'll have occasionally, when Cassie was here, you were hearing people bumping Cassie and bumping Biggie as well, bumping a little bit of Diddy. But for the most part, every day somebody rides through here playing one of Biggie Small's songs. They need to look into Kim P's passing. Did Diddy do or did Cody don't? I don't know what that means. Who is Cody? You are very welcome, Debbie. All right, you guys. So listen. You are free to say what you want to say, but don't spam the chat. And please do not come for anybody in the chat or myself with disrespect. If you disagree with the content, don't come for others. You are entitled to have your own thoughts, views, and opinions. You will not get put out for saying free Diddy. You will not get put out if you say that you think Diddy is innocent, but when you start to spam, that is where it starts to be like a okay. They're gonna know Diddy as broke booty after a couple of rounds of his stitching. Ooh, ouch. Okay, Diddy, my baby daddy. Steve Anthony, you are a dude, or at least that's what you're portraying yourself to be. And you said that's your baby daddy? So Diddy went to the doctor and she told him to quit. I don't even know. Okay, they got you before I could even read it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Steve, I'm looking. I'm like, what do you mean that's your baby daddy? Are you a female that is trolling under a guy's account? Diddy is the new face of Johnson. You can't tell us anything from outside. What are you there for? First of all, I've been inside. CB, you must be new here, and I'm going to give you a pass for that. But I am definitely inside of the courtroom, and I can tell you everything that's been going on, honey. Yes, please follow the disclaimer that has been nicely put into the chat. Welcome to the bar. Stay on topic. Respect the host, the panel, the chat, or the bouncers will escort you out of the bar. Okay? For those who are new here and don't know how it goes. Well, honestly, Miss Cool T, no bodies have been brought up into this case. There is no unaliving charges that are on him. So we aren't even looking at bodies. I think prosecutors are starting to present their case. defense sketchy with that video. Listen, the video evidence that they went over today, baby, it was a snooze. Okay, do you hear me? It was a snooze. But we're gonna talk about it. But as far as the prosecution presenting their case, I think now the public is beginning to accept that they are presenting their case, but they've been presenting their case from witness one. Where is Jay-Z at? He left his boy solo, huh? Well, you must have missed that, because Jay-Z said that he was not as close to Diddy as everybody thought he was. Remember, he said Diddy was not his brother. He denounced Diddy a long time ago. Let's see. She's reporting live. She's been in and out of the courtroom. She's giving us hot henny. Absolutely. She got to be more careful. What's popping? You have good energy. I saw you on Tisa's live. That's why I follow. Thank you, Natural Cece. I appreciate you. Shout out to Tisa Tells. No, don't free Diddy. I have respect for the victims. Hey, positive vibes. Hey, Moonlight Sunshine. You are very welcome, Miss Cool T. Thank you for stopping and being a part of the bar. I appreciate you. Yes, make sure y'all are double tapping that screen while we are here. Henny, stay safe. Like your coverage of the case every day. Thank you, Clara. I appreciate you. Stinson, the feds want this one. Who's on the stand now? So right now, we have gone to lunch, and who we left out with on the stand is Cassie's friend Bana. Now, Bana is the one that is alleging that Diddy held her over the balcony of the 17th floor of Cassie's apartment. And after he held her over the balcony, he slammed her on the patio furniture, okay? But there's a lot that is going on. Baby, there was text messages that were shared with us between Diddy and D Roc. If the security don't show up and nobody testifies, I know something. How would you feel if Sean Combs is found not guilty? I wouldn't feel any kind of way personally. I think that, you know, there are people that will be celebrating. There will be people that would be upset. For me, I am covering the story. I don't own a personal stake in this story, so my personal feelings about whether he gets found not guilty and I'm going to celebrate or not doesn't really matter as long as I'm reporting the story. In all honesty, whether he's found guilty or not, I think what people need to look at is how they are now going after Rico. Okay, so you see Charlucci is coming out right now, and right behind him is Justin and Miss Combs right here going out to lunch, you guys. Y'all, that is it. That is y'all lunchtime shot. Did somebody catch that shot, that screenshot for me and send it to me, please, so I could post it? Excuse me. Hey, I'm good. You're inside, right? Do you mind saying a couple of words, Miss Sylvia? Sure. Okay. So I have with me Miss Sylvia. Okay, she is another content creator. Okay, independent journalist out here. Tell everybody. What's your channel? Infamous Sylvia. Let me just put this right there. All right, so you are inside of the courtroom just like I'm inside of the courtroom. What are your thoughts on today's defense with the video? Right. The corrupt files, right.
Like 1 minute, one part was Cassie. You saw Cassie had a hood on. It didn't show you him putting the bag down. You just happened to see the bag down
right.
On the ground. So it was a lot of different inconsistencies.
What was something that surprised you when Bana was testifying?
With the young lady?
Yes.
Oh, that she knew they were doing drugs all the time. They were talking about her doing drugs, and a lot of times Diddy was not part of the drugs.
I think
and then she had to get immunity because she was selling drugs.
exactly. Now, before we even started court, you guys, Bana was saying that she was going to plead the fifth, and they had to bring her in and put it on record that they were going to give her immunity. Now, when I saw that, I instantaneously knew that there was something in there that she could be arrested for, just like with everybody else. Yes, but I had no idea that it was going to be actually selling drugs.
Yesterday, the guy got immunity because it would have been extortion that he did immunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. Honestly, I think today is going to be interesting. Now,
Nicole Westmoreland is going to be the
on Bana. Oh, so we're going to finally see Miss Westmoreland in action. Okay, so it's the day of the girls on the defense. Finally. Okay, because I did not like Brian Steele on Mia. No, I didn't. Listen, Brian does his thing, okay?
I'm partial to Brian.
So Brian, a lot of, but you know what? I'm glad you said that because a lot of people are partial to Brian. And one thing I will say is he is a good defense attorney, but I felt like for the type of victim allegedly that we're dealing with, I felt like they needed a softer touch to that. A lot of people did not like it.
Look, it was, I mean, he's there to win. So they're going to take
You
it all.
listen, I get it, you get it, okay, but a lot of people was like, oh, heck no. I felt like they should have done Mia how they did Cassie. Have the females go at her, because even when Brian was saying things like, isn't it true that the reason you can't recall is because you're lying? It wouldn't have been so harsh if it would have been a female saying it. But I get it, this is another star witness, whether people realize it or not. I'm starting to see a theme here where the star witnesses are getting more than just a few hours of testimony. They're getting days on the stand. So Mia, whether people want to realize it or not, was another star witness. Now they also talked about bringing Dr. Dawn Hughes back after Jane Doe testifies. Tell me your thoughts on that one.
They're bringing her back because they're trying to take some of her stuff that she said coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're trying to bring her back. And it's the defense is trying to bring her back, not
Well, thank you very much, Miss Sylvia. I appreciate you for giving me the little 1-2. Now, you know I'll gladly return the favor anytime, okay? All right. How you doing? Famer. Now, Famer.
Come here.
I hear that DJ Academics was somewhere on these court grounds. Tell the people how you feel.
He's on his way right now.
Oh, so we gonna get Big
And
Act
I heard,
and Act?
wait, hold on. I heard he said he's coming to talk to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I heard he want to talk to Big Act. He created Big Act. Remember? Yeah, he called me the big fat nigga.
That's what he called him, y'all.
That big fat. Okay, then I'm Big Act now.
But it wasn't too long ago that he was that big fat one. You feel me? He was the big fat one not too long ago. You feel me?
He lost weight, and now he want to act brand new.
Exactly. I couldn't hear the woman you interviewed with the tiny whisper. Is that Timu Academic? Listen, put some respect on Famer's name, okay? Academic started it because a lot of people say that he looks like DJ Academics, okay? And so when Academics saw the video, he went after him. And, you know, he was talking junk about him. And so he decided, oh, I'm just going to be Big Act. So he took Big Act and made it his own. Where you been?
I know. I went home for one day. I was like, I need a breather. Can I get you on camera today?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna go give my update. I'll be over there. All right, you guys. Okay, so you might catch me on a shade room. All right, it looks like there's going to be there's a lot of people in the courtyard right now. You've got people out here already giving their updates, but I am getting ready to give you my update. Just give me a few minutes. Let me find my spot. because I don't want to be where everybody else is. I don't want no noise. I don't want no interruptions. I'm trying to give it to y'all loud, live. Well, not so loud, but live and in color and direct. I'm going to give y'all all of the hot henny that has been going down in the courtroom today. All right, so I am getting the stand ready for y'all because we're going in, you guys. We're going in. So we're gonna be over here in. That's not really good lighting for me. I need a little sunshine in my life. Wouldn't you agree? I need just a little sunshine, darling. How you doing? I see exactly where we're going. Hey, Star Olivia, happy 5-month anniversary, you guys. I am going. And truth be told, lunch is almost over. So I'm gonna have to give this to y'all quickly. All right. Now I know that people are giving their updates and people are trying to catch people on camera and all of that stuff. But me personally, I would rather just give it to y'all the way I'm gonna give it to y'all. All right, so you guys, when we started this morning, they were already talking about bringing Dr. Dawn Hughes back. Now, the reason that they are trying to bring Dr. Dawn Hughes back is because they wanted her to testify a little bit about specific things when it came down to coercive control, I believe it was. Hold on, because I have the handy dandy notebook, okay? Y'all didn't think I was gonna give y'all an update without the notebook. Y'all know the notebook gotta come out. All right, so where we at? Because I start the day. All right, here we go, you guys. So, today is June 1st, 2025. Let me tell you, Diddy had on, it looked like a gray or light blue sweater, white button-up shirt. I couldn't see what his pants were, but he was sitting as he usually sits the way he sits is Mark Agnafilio, Teeny Garrigo, then it's him, and then it's Brian Steele, okay? All right, so I gave y'all what he was wearing. Now, when I came in this morning, I spoke to Miss Combs because she was sitting, you know, I saw Charlucci and them that came in. As I was going through the metal detector, I saw that Charlucci was standing in the door, but Miss Combs was sitting down and she had already gone through the metal detector. So I spoke to her, she spoke to me, and I was wondering who was coming to court because Charlucci is the one who walks them in and out of court every day. And so I knew one of them was coming in, but today it is just Janice and Justin who are here for court today. Quincy is not here, King is not here, the girls are not here, the twins are not here, Chance is not here. So they are the only two that were there, all right? So when it comes down to what's been going on, all right, they wanted to X out some of these text messages. All right, listen, y'all. This is where the henny's about to get hot because they showed us text messages between D Roc and Diddy. Now, the text messages were so much, I can't even lie to you and say that I was able to capture them all, but I know what they was about, baby, because I kept reading them over and over again as they were on the screen just to make sure that I embedded what the theme of what they were talking about was in the text messages. So basically what was going on is Diddy was text messaging D Roc and asking him to check on Cassie, and he kept using G being the initial for Gina, okay? So that's what they were talking about, Cassie and Gina. So in these text threads, Diddy is telling D Roc what to say to Gina and what to say to Cassie for him. He's telling D Roc, hit Gina up, see if she's broken up with me, if she's done with me, make it seem like you don't know what's going on, basically to check her temperature, right? Then he's asking, how is Cassie? It's time to ice her up. It's time for that ice. That's what he's saying. It's time for ice. So he's saying time for ice. I'm like, what the hell is ice? Okay, is that code word? Is that what is that about? So as the text messages continue going on, you see that D Roc is telling him that Gina wants to talk to him, but he doesn't want to see her anymore. Cassie is eating, and then he goes on to say the kids saw Cassie's eye. and asked how she got a black eye. And they told the kids that there was a fight in the club. So Diddy says to D Roc, why is she not in hiding? These are text messages between D Roc and Diddy. So Diddy is basically telling D Roc to get the ice on Cassie, and he's basically just like, okay, whatever, when it comes down to Gina. But it shows that he was telling D Roc how to maneuver when it came down to these two women. Yes, hiding. Because remember, when Cassie, that whole Escalade situation happened with Cassie, where he allegedly stomped on her face, remember they put her into a hotel and she had to stay there until the bruising went down. So now he's asking, why is she not hiding? Because the kids actually saw her with a black eye and they had to lie about that. Now, all of the kids weren't here, but Justin was here. So now I'm wondering what is going on in their minds as they're starting to see that some of the stuff that they were witnessing that was going on, and they were told that this was a nightclub thing. What are they thinking now that they're finding out that that's not what it was, that your father did that, and he lied, had people lying. You have security lying. This is where the enterprise is at, you guys. I keep saying, when people are like, I don't see enterprise, I don't see enterprise. This is enterprise, okay? So, baby, I don't know when those text messages are supposed to be coming out, but those text messages, they definitely came out, okay? Okay. So now, when we get to our first witness that took the stand was Mr. Frank Piazza. Now, he is a forensic audio and video editor, and the reason that he's being brought to the stand is because the defense is accusing the government of having the video chopped and screwed, especially the compilation video. They complained that the video that was taken on the cell phone was sped up and it made things look more dramatic than what they really were. Then they were saying when it came to the compilation video that things didn't line up with one another. So the government brought this forensic audio guy in who actually is a certified, okay, video tech. He has his certifications with law enforcement. He's testified in other courtrooms. But I found what he said that was the most important was that he has testified in court before, but according to him, he has testified for the defense 75% of the time. So that means when he goes into yes, enterprise for people in the back. Thank you. Yes, enterprise. So when he's gone into court to testify and bring his expert opinion, it has been 75% for the defense, okay? So now, they asked him how, you know, they ran through his credentials. He's very qualified, okay? He said that he can do an analogy of the videos based off of, you know, certain clips per minute, and how things move within the video. He got very technical, you guys. I didn't even bother to write all of the technicalities that he said down because I knew good and darn well if I wasn't interested in it, you guys are not going to be interested. So why would I bring y'all something that was putting me to sleep, okay? Anyway, this isn't where I fell asleep though. All right, so he said that he had examined the cell phone video and he also had examined the surveillance video as well, okay? Now, he analyzed in total 5 videos between the cell phones and the surveillance, and get this. He also did an audio enhancement on one of the Slex tapes. And it was a freak-off video that came from Frank Black's device. Did you hear what I said in the back? Hello, hello, hello. So not only was he working on the video that came from the cell phone that Israel Flores recorded when the incident happened at the Intercontinental Hotel, not only did he analyze that, not only did he analyze the 3 surveillance videos that we saw, the surveillance camera videos that we saw from the hotel, he also analyzed one of the freak-off tapes. They wanted him to enhance the audio on that. Now, baby, I'm wondering if that is the audio that they played for the jury or who heard this audio, because, baby, we ain't hear it, and I don't know. I don't know who's on the freak-off with them that day, but anyway, So when they put the videos up there, what he explained was, in the cell phone video, it was definitely sped up, but it was more than likely his explanation for it being sped up, even though he's not the one that recorded the video, was probably because it would give you more frames per second. In other words, if you speed the video up and record it, it takes up less storage in your phone, okay? Because it's less gigabytes. Can everybody understand that? Henny Glasses in the chat if y'all understand that. All right, so he said what he did with that video was he ended up slowing that video down so that it was at a normal rate and speed. Because yes, the version we saw on CNN was sped up, but the version that we saw in court was at the normal speed, okay? Now, as far as the content, the actual acts that are happening on the video, those portions of the video themselves have not been altered. In the compilation video, you do see where there are glitches, where things get pixely, or it looks like frames are jumping. He explained that the reason why that is happening is because the system is buffering. It doesn't know what to put there. So there is a glitch that actually happens, and it's a natural occurrence. When it came down to the timestamp, he was explaining that, you know, when there's a glitch, the picture itself can pixelate, because that's what a video is going to do. But when it comes to the timestamp, it's going to show you random numbers, insequential numbers, because it's not a picture, so it's not pixels, so it has to place it with what? Numbers. So he explained that, and I understood that, because when you look at the compilation video and you see like Cassie in the elevator dock getting her shoes, and you see things like glitch, and you see like it get all pixely and things of that nature, he explained why that was, to the point where I was satisfied. I wasn't left questioning, okay, but that doesn't make sense. Now, baby, this is where it starts getting a little snoozy, okay? Where it starts to get a little snoozy at is the fact that I already went through all of that. Look, I done already told y'all all of that stuff. He explained the timestamps, the compilation video. Now, let me tell y'all, the reason why he made the compilation video is because the government asked for it. He put all 3 camera angles on the disc, okay, edited the track to move more natural, okay? And he compared the videos to the movements and put them, how he ended up putting the compilation of videos together, because it was different camera angles, and they were saying, well, how were you able to put this video together if the timestamps were not accurate? And because even when it came down to the other 3 cameras, all their timestamps were different. And he said the reason why those timestamps were different is because they probably weren't all on the same server, or maybe one of the systems had a reset and they weren't put on the same server again, or they're not on the same timeline. So there were different timestamps. However, it did not change from the content that we saw that was being played on the video. So timestamp or not, that did nothing. But he said how he was able to line up the camera angles is because he used the subject matters, which were Diddy and Cassie and Israel Flores, to basically be able to put all of that together based on the movements. So if you see Cassie going around the corner and you have a camera that is angled that way, you're then going to show her from where she pops out on that camera cutting the corner. So that's how he put all of that together with the video. All right. So that's the timestamps. All right. Now, they asked him about videos from Frank Black, okay? And these were government's exhibits, and they were the videos that were given to them from Cassie from the device named Frank Black, which we know is Diddy, Puff. Those were his. Now, the dates on these videos were October 8th, 2013, December 4th, 2014, October 14th, 2012, October 20th, 2012, October 14th, 2012, October 14th, 2012, December 4th, 2014, December 4th, 2014, and October 20th, 2012. Baby, those are all of the videos that he analyzed off the Frank Black phone. In my head, I'm saying these gotta be freak off videos. So this man has sat and watched all of them freak off videos. I hope that he is mentally okay after all of that, honey. Okay, like I said to y'all, he enhanced the audio on the freak off videos. Now, when the defense came to cross-examine him, you had Teeny Garagos, who was up there, and I don't even understand. They were trying to poke holes in how he had put the videos together for the compilation, which, if you ask me, to a degree, I feel like he shouldn't have done the compilation, but at the same time, I see why the compilation was done, because they were trying to say that the other video was compromised, as if the content that we were seeing was not the content that we were seeing. All right? Now, she went in and she began asking him. She was really harping on these timestamps and how they weren't sequential and how it jumped from here to there. Like, she was really trying to get people to focus on the timestamp and not the actual content. Regardless to whether the screen, the timestamp was jumping from this time to that time, you cannot negate the fact that those chain of events and the way that they happened, they lined up perfectly. They lined up perfectly. So, I don't know where she was trying to go with that. And it was like she wanted to go through every single blip that happened in the video, every single blur that happened in the video. And at that point in time, I sat and I looked around the courtroom and everybody was just sitting there like this. Some people are doing this. But for the most part, nobody was writing anymore. You know why? Because the same explanation that he gave to the government as to why the video was behaving the way that the video was behaving is the same explanation that he gave to the government. Even when they were asking him questions about like little seconds of videos that was missing, the second that was missing does not negate away from what we were seeing. So he was explaining it away and it was just like, felt like he was just repeating himself over and over and over again, giving an explanation when he already gave it to us when he talked to the government. So for me, I didn't feel like there was a hole poked in any of the video stuff that was shown to us. I feel like he made the argument that the video was actually authentic, okay? Regardless of how other people may feel or think, that's my view on it, baby, okay? Now, let's see. There was a glitch that happened at one point in time where Cassie was down in the bottom portion of the video putting on lip gloss, and then she doesn't have a hood on her head, and then it jumps and she has a hood on her head and she's not putting lip gloss on anymore, but she is the only person that is in the hallway the whole time, and then Diddy comes around the corner again, okay? There is another glitch that happened within the video where Diddy is standing there and he's holding the bags in his hand and Cassie is on the house phone, right? So Diddy lets go of the bag. You never see the bags drop. You see Cassie turn like this to hang up the phone, but when the video like jumps back into frame, she's already hung up the phone. She's still standing in the same position. Diddy is still standing where he is. Now the bags are on the floor, and after that is when he starts coming back at her and you see her doing this in the video. So I said all of that to say this. Regardless to the little chops that they were trying to make a big deal out of, it was like maybe 1 second, 2 seconds of the video that may have been glitched, but it didn't negate away from what we were seeing. It's not like we were looking and at one point the video is daytime and then it's nighttime, or it goes from nighttime to daytime, or the clothes changed, or their positions changed. None of that changed. And he was also explaining that these cameras were also motion cameras. So some of these glitches that you're getting, if the system wasn't buffering, it was because they were making major motion. So if I'm standing here and I'm doing this, you see movement, but it's slight movement. But it wasn't until I do something like this, where I make a major move, that you may see the pixelation happen because it's a major move that was made on the camera. Listen, I worked in security. I worked with a whole room full of monitors, and y'all know that. Sometimes those cameras are not on the same main server. The times don't always align up with one another. One camera has this timestamp. You go to another camera, it has this timestamp. It is very possible for this to happen. So what he was saying, I did understand, because I've actually witnessed this happening myself. At one point in time, like I said to you, Diddy was doing this. He was like Like, he was getting tired. He passed a note over to Agnifilio, and Agnifilio wrote him back, and he was sitting there reading the note, and he was going like this. So I don't know if he was like saying what I was saying, because at that point in time, I made a note in my notebook. Teeny, land the plane, Teeny, land the plane. Because we were done. We were done. So what happened was, after Teeny got done, they did do a quick little redirect just to brush everybody up on the timestamps once again. I feel like that was a waste of time and space for them to even go after that, because the man explained it very eloquently. And if anybody doesn't get that, then that's on them. Let me see what I am talking about. All right, so they also showed us. Now, what I was thinking and what I was discussing with this about why they are bringing all this Cassie stuff back up is because we're getting ready to have Jane Doe come on the stand. Now, I don't know if Jane Doe is coming on the stand today or if she's coming tomorrow, but Jane Doe will be taking the stand. Right now, Bana is on the stand. Okay. Her name is Bryana Bongalona, okay, but they call her Bana. Now, she took to the stand, all right, and this is the one that I was saying to y'all. In the beginning of court, she came stepping in, and she let it be known, look, I'm here, but I'm going to plead the fifth if y'all don't give me immunity. So they went on record and they gave her immunity. Now, some of the takeaways from her is that she met Cassie back in 2013, 2014, when Cassie was doing some work with Young and Restless Streetwear. And then she met her again in 2014 and 2015, and this is when they became close, when she was helping Cassie to create some pieces for Diamond Supply Streetwear. At that point in time, she had not met Diddy. She was friends with Cassie. She said she didn't want to meet Diddy because the relationship was volatile and she didn't like the things that she saw. She saw text messages, she heard phone calls, she saw black eyes and bruises on Cassie. So she was just like, I really don't want to meet him. But Cassie begged her and she eventually broke down and, you know, she ended up meeting him. Now, when Cassie and her would hang out, they asked what kind of things she and Cassie would do. She said that they would hang out, they would design clothes, and they would do drugs, baby. Okay, Cassie lived, we know already that she lived in a Comstock building, which was separate from Diddy because he lived on Mapleton. And they would come up, and they would go hang out and they would spend days together. But the types of drugs that they would do was Mary Jane, cocaine, and ketamine. Okay? Cocaine and ketamine and Mary Jane, honey. They hung out with each other. They hung out with other friends such as Mia, Deontay, Carrie Morgan, and Rob Holiday. Okay? Y'all should recognize some of them names. Mia, Deontay, Carrie Morgan. If you don't recognize anybody else, y'all should know those names. She said she and Cassie, they would go shopping and do things like that. And on one occasion, they showed a picture of Cassie and her out shopping, right? She said while they was out shopping, Diddy text Cassie and asked her where she was. And guess what? Not only did he ask her where she was, he sent her a list of every place that Cassie and Bana went to. He was tracking her, okay? He was tracking Cassie. She stayed over and she would spend the night at Cassie's house. When she would stay over at Cassie's house, sometimes she said she slept on the couch, sometimes she slept on the balcony, on the patio furniture, and other times she slept in the bed. She said Diddy would come over sometimes in the middle of the night and he would be banging on the door. Cassie would sometimes be surprised by this, and other times she would act like it was normal. She said that she did witness violence between Cassie and Diddy, and she talked about a time when Diddy showed up to the house in the middle of the night banging on the door. She said he ended up in the house and it's unclear how he would get in the house because Cassie wouldn't let him in. She wouldn't let him in, but somehow he would end up getting in. Well, this particular night when he got in, she said Diddy threw a knife at Cassie. Okay, and it was very close. But she said Cassie threw the knife back at Diddy and he took off running. Now, they did ask her if she had been doing drugs that night, and she said yes, but she remembered that night, okay? She also testified to seeing injuries on Cassie, and she said the first time that she saw an injury on Cassie was when she was getting her makeup done for the premiere of The Perfect Match. She said Cassie had kind of like did a pan view of her face, and she saw a big black eye. She also talked about Cassie's 29th birthday at the Blind Dragon. She said that Deontay was there, Tiffany Red was there, Puff was there, Kerry Morgan was there. She said she saw Puff and Cassie, and at first they were getting along, and then at some point in time they began to fight, like argue, not physically fight, but they began to argue. She said she couldn't see what was going on because of security. So the way that I'm envisioning this is that security was probably blocking them in a certain area or surrounding them so other people couldn't see. She said she was getting glimpses of Cassie in between the security, and Cassie was just not happy, okay? After that, she said she went back to Cassie's house after the party was over at the Blind Dragon, and Cassie and Deontay were packing, and then Cassie left. She said she didn't know where Cassie had gone to. The reason why she came today is because she was subpoenaed, and she was told that in order for her to get her immunity, she had to be truthful, okay? She said that there were times that Puff gave her drugs as well. He gave her ecstasy, cocaine, ketamine, and GHB, all right? She had never done GHB before. She saw Diddy doing drugs as well. She saw him smoking marijuana. She saw him taking ketamine and cocaine. And she also said that at times she would give Cassie drugs and Cassie would bring drugs. She also testified to a time when she went and she actually got Diddy some cocaine. Okay, now her and Cassie's drug use did elevate over time. At first they would do it like maybe once a week, and then it became every time they saw each other kind of thing. She said that Diddy's first time threatening her was on April 24th of 2016 when they were in Malibu, California. She said that Cassie was out on the beach taking photos, and they showed a photo with an artist by the name of Bad Boy, spelled with an I, and they thought it was kind of funny because he had no affiliation with Bad Boy. They were on the beach taking pictures. Diddy was inside of the house, and it's not clear as to what happened before this happened, but she said Diddy approached her and got in her face and said to her, "I'm the devil and I will unalive you." That's what she said. That's what she said he said. She said she was terrified, but at the time she was high on coke, so she just kind of shrugged it off like, whatever, man. She continued to hang out with Cassie even after that, even after the threat was made. And when they asked her what she thought she was meeting the government for, when she first heard about meeting up with the government, and she said she thought it was just going to be like a meet and greet. I swear to you, the girl said meet and greet. But, you guys, that is y'all lunchtime update with That Girl Henny. The bar has been open. I have poured it up, all right? Now, I know that the courtroom was not full. That's the other thing. The courtroom was not full, all right? This morning when I first got there, people were not there, but it started filling up come the afternoon. Now, I had a good seat right there down in the front, so I'm trying to get back there so that I can get my seat, because I was sitting right in front of the damn screen so I could see everything that Diddy was doing. And like I said, sitting there watching his face, I could tell he was frustrated. He was frustrated because I'm watching him. I'm watching him pass notes. I'm watching the lawyers. Even Shapiro at one point in time seemed to like do this while that long, boring testimony was going, okay? If it wasn't frustration, it was flustered. I will say that, because it just seemed unnecessary and redundant. Okay, so she ended up getting immunity because she testified to selling drugs. Just like the other gentleman testified to immunity, well, he ended up getting immunity because of the fact that he was obstructing justice. So that's what it is, you guys. That's what it is. Now, I don't know if they're bringing D Roc up because D Roc is going to be the next person to come in and testify or not. But D Roc does need to come in here and clear his name because this is not looking good. The more they keep bringing up his name, the more they keep bringing up how he was helping to cover up crimes. It's not good. Not good. Okay, Daniel, since you want to call me a liar, name me one of the 35 predicates, offenses of a RICO that apply to this case. Matter of fact, just name me one of the 35 predicate offenses of a RICO since you want to deem me a liar. So, he's never going to see the daylight again. He's done stuck a fork in. Now, that is very possible. You're never going to get out. Hi. I'm sorry? I can hear you. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I already know who she is. Yeah, I've already been on her channel. Yeah.
I always try to like tell people like who's big out here.
I appreciate it. No, I actually follow her.
I'm not like everybody.
You see me, I dip off on my own because I'm not trying to get caught up in all of that that's going on over there. I used to be out here in the mix with everything. Now I
took a week break. I couldn't take it. And I'm happy I missed all the shenanigans that was going on. I heard about it. And I'm like, I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's a lot of shenanigans out here, but it's also shenanigans inside. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So people not following court orders making all of us look bad. Right. Well, I'm gonna do this. Since he couldn't name me nothing, he could go. See you later, Daniel. Maybe come back tomorrow. Maybe come back tomorrow, darling. Try it again. Bye-bye. See you later.
Yo, God bless you guys, man.
So, that is that. We're getting ready to go back inside in a few minutes. What is that? Yeah, no content creators in the chat, you guys, because then people like to take stuff and twist it. Free labor. What do you mean, Killer Rob? Free labor, arson, bribery, extortion. Oh, y'all been doing y'all homework. That's what you're talking about. Y'all have been doing your homework, but guess what? That still doesn't mean that you get to troll me. Now, how about that? I'm glad that you have educated yourself. That's what this is about, educating yourselves, because the way that we have viewed RICO in the past is not how RICO is going to continue on, you guys. So just remember that, educate yourself with everything that is going on, because you never know. You never know who may be the next one to catch that RICO. Anyway, love is always love, y'all. I'm about to go back inside of the courthouse. Remember to vibe high so that the bullshit don't stick, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, everybody.